Thanks to our fellow nerd T.M. Martin Esquire, who recommended Moonhaven for us to review. We'll give you that in a moment. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and Moonhaven is a rather interesting science fiction offering, science fiction suspense, murder mystery that is on AMC Plus. If you have that service, it might be worth a look. Has 6 episodes in the first season, which has been is done with, and a second season has been ordered, so there'll be another 6 episodes in the second season. To give you an idea of what this show is about, it's set 100 years into the future, and the Earth is a wasteland mostly. There's still a lot of people on it, obviously, but it's very much overtones of Blade Runner in that it is kind of a dystopia. And there are major droughts, which means that water rationing is the order of the day. There are ration cards, or they're like ATM cards, and you have different colors based on what your water allowances are. And one of our main characters, who is an Earth envoy, who's on her way to the moon, has a gold card. Because she, of course, is in the government and has an important diplomatic mission to do. And so water is very scarce, drinkable water even more so, and the world is on fire. It's obviously a parable on global warming. But someone had the foresight to try to fix it all by building a colony on the moon, and they call it Moonhaven. Moonhaven is 500 square acres of terraformed moon. Don't bother on how they did it. They're not going to tell you. They bring with them a big artificial intelligence who, over the course of a number of generations, has figured out how to solve all of Earth's problems, and the cohort on the moon is getting ready to return to Earth and tell them the answer to life, the universe, and everything. Now, we center on Bella Sway, who is a pilot. She's been put in at the last minute as crew on this ship that is going to take the Earth envoy to the moon. She's kind of cynical. I mean, this is your usual pilot smuggler, female Han Solo type that has to be kind of won over. And you almost think that's going to be the case as they get to the moon, but things start happening as soon as they get there, things that are not terribly savory for the ship's crew. They are able to make it there, and what they find is something that looks like a hippie commune. We have people who are, of course, in the future, everybody wears the same thing. You have the uniforms and the things like this. Some of the women get long, flowy dresses and things like that, but everybody is pretty much loves everybody, and everything is perfect, and the AI is going to teach everybody how to do this. Now, having grown up through the 60s, I know that how this story works. There are a lot of people who lived in communes who believed in doing your own thing and thought that they had a revolution in the offing that would solve all the problems of the planet. And it turns out that most of them ended up being stockbrokers. I'm not certain if that happens to this group here, but Bella Sway has the same doubts about this, in that it may not be the answer to everything. And in fact, not long after they get there, there's a murder. It's something that happens so rarely on Moonhaven that the 2 detectives, one played by Dominic Monaghan, plays a character called Paul Sermo. This person is so unused to anything to investigate, because everybody loves everybody up there, that he only has kind of a literary example to follow. Sherlock Holmes, his partner, kind of mocks him for it a little bit, but neither one of them are very experienced, and they bring in Bella to kind of help them with the point of view. But it's not long before Bella is one of the suspects in the murder. We find out in some of the backstory about her that the happenstance of her going to the moon is perhaps not so much happenstance as she had her mother, her estranged mother. She never knew her mother. She was separated at birth. But her mother was one of the colonists, one of the early colonists. And there are descendants of her, half sisters, half brothers, that live on the moon right now. And Bella's not sure how to take them, honestly. So she has this family association they seem to want to embrace. She's not quite so much. And that's where we have. Now, is it a murder mystery? No, not really. It's just kind of a background plot in all of this just to keep things moving along. Is it something where you can find out what this AI really wants to do? Do they have the formula for actually fixing the Earth, which they've now postponed because of the murder? Or is this just something that you need to immerse yourself in and don't pay any attention to the details of how the moon got terraformed, how the technology works, how the AI works, how this particular civilization set itself up, and just enjoy it? It's not one of these kind of things that you're going to have a lot of explanation like in Star Trek. Bella is kind of the skeptic as to how their society works, but other than that, this is not something that you need to analyze too much. If you enjoy the kind of alternate reality that they've set up here, this show is for you. So that's what we think about Moonhaven. Like I said, it's 6 episodes that are available on AMC Plus, and a new season coming up next year, which will have another 6 episodes. If you like it, you're really going to like it. If you need a little more meat with your potatoes, it probably will disappoint a little bit. But otherwise, the acting is good. It is reminiscent of things I've lived through, so I kind of enjoyed it. So maybe you will too. I'd like to know what you think about it, though. Let me know in the comments, and please go to the subscribe button and click it, or you can click the Oldest Nerd logo that'll be in this corner of the screen, I think. One of these corners of the screen. It'll go one side or the other. It's a big orange N, and if you click on that, you can subscribe. And then, of course, let me know what you think about in the comments, and we'll read them and have a conversation. Why not? So, until next time, don't go far.